Hey guys, Nadastorm here, and today I'm going to help you build your own Minecraft maps using World Edit. I'm going to go over some of the basics for those who have never used World Edit before, and I'm also going to go over some techniques I use when I build my own maps. So the first thing to get started in World Edit is selecting a region. All you need to do is //pos1//pos2, and then imagine those as the corners of a cube. You've just selected a cube region. Now what can you do in a region? I'm glad you asked. You can set that to a certain material by doing //set and then the material type. So now we just have a cube of stone within the region that we just specified. You can also replace materials within that region with another material. So we're going to replace stone with dirt. So now all the stone in the region is dirt. We can also replace items or even set them with other percentages of different items. So for example, we're going to replace the dirt, and this is how I do my own terrain generation, or set my own terrain in maps. I do 50% dirt, then 50%, stone. So 50% dirt, comma, 50% stone. You can change the percentages and materials, and now it is split half and half. So yeah, that's how I do my worlds. And then in addition to that, I will do //overlay grass. Of course, you can set that to any material you want, and boom, there's grass on the top. You can do /undo to remove your previous actions. Another way to set materials in the region, if you look on that mountain over there, you can see it's primarily stone and then a chunk of dirt. I don't do that, I don't like that. But you can do //naturalize, and it'll do that for you. So that is pretty cool if you ask me. So that is your basic positioning, setting, and replacing, along with percentages. Sorry, this is going to go really fast, so go back in the video if you are having any problems, or comment below if you have any questions. So that is basic area manipulation. Now let's move on to a couple techniques I use for making things like mountains. I use brushes a lot when I am making maps. You do /brush, and as you can see, there are some examples of things that you can do. You can do smoothing, cylinders, and spheres. So I'm going to do a sphere brush. All you need to do is /brush, sphere, material type, and then the radius. And now that brush is set to whatever is in your inventory, or whatever is currently selected. So now if I right click with this brush, you can see there is a sphere of stone all over the place. Now you can do like cool arches this way, using brushes, and then of course you can select the region like we did here and replace that material with something else. Maybe you're in some caves, you can add some coal using the percentages and stuff. Do cool things like that. But if you want a mountaintop, I do it a certain way, and let me show you. I make just random structures like this. You can see there's a bunch of holes and gaps going on because of World Edit. So how are we going to make this look nice and clean? I'm going to select the region, so this little rock face here. And then I'm going to do //pos2. Then I'm going to replace the stone with sand. And as you can see, all the sand just fell down and creates a nice little clean cliff here. Now we're going to replace the sand with the stone again, and there you go. You've got a nice little cliff going on. Of course, you can do /naturalize, and it creates a nice little mountain. Now, some of this can be a bit jagged, so what else can we do to make it look more natural? Well, we can use the smoothing brush. Just do brush smooth, and now you can see when you right click, it smooths down the terrain. It doesn't really like these cliff faces, it really just drops those down, so that you might have to do some of this by hand, but you have some nice plateaus going on, and you just need to smooth things out a bit. That smoothing brush is really nice. There's another command in Voxel Sniper. Voxel Sniper I don't know at all. I might learn sometime soon, but World Edit gets all of these basic things done for me just fine. Now let's check out the cylinder brush. So do slash brush, cylinder, material, the radius, and then the thickness. Now when I right click, we created a cylinder with a radius of 4 and a thickness of 2. You don't actually have to have cylinders on a brush. You can just create them by hand simply by doing slash cyl material type and then the radius and the thickness, just like we did before. I'm trapped in here, so let me use my compass to get out of here. I'm sure you've all seen people use compasses before. When you left click, you jump to a position. When you right click, you go through that. So that's an introduction to brushes. And I'm currently in 1.2.5 because I think that's the last stable version of single player commands. I think there's an update, but I don't know if they have all of the commands. They're working on it. So that creates a simple cylinder for you, but let's say you want it to be hollow. You want to build something inside. Simply do //hcyl or YL, and that creates a hollow cylinder. And then same thing, radius, height, and you've got that going on, just like Stacy's mom. So that is cylinders. What else can I show you guys? Where's my list? Here's my list. Alright, so we've gone over positioning, areas. Oh, we didn't do a wand. Let me show you wands. A wand in World Edit is this wooden axe. It's another way to select regions. In single player, for some reason, destroys the block, and I don't know why. In multiplayer, it never does that. Basically, the block you hit sets that to the first position. Then you right-click, and that creates the second position. So that's better than typing different things out. And then again, I can, let's say this is going to be some kind of broken down jungle temple or something like that. I can just slash set 25% stone, 25% cobble, 25% stone brick, then 25% stone brick, :2. That's the data value for correct stone. And you can see that creates a nice kind of random pattern of stone going on there. So that's pretty cool, and that is what the wand is. So we've done setting, replacing, shown you percentages, overlaying for things like grass or any material, and naturalizing. We've done brushes, spheres, cylinders. Now the last thing to show you guys is copying, pasting, flipping, and rotating that area. So this is a little example of an area we're going to copy. This is pretty simple, guys. You gotta admit, this is just copying and pasting. So I'm just going to do //pos1, and then right click for second position, and I'm going to copy it from here. So it selected this little thing. Now when you copy and paste it, it pastes from the area that you are standing on, or that same area. So //paste, you can see it pasted from the point I copied it. So that's nice, but we don't want to just simply paste it. We want to rotate, I don't know, some chests or rotate your entire map. So if you didn't know, there's a difference between rotating and flipping. For example, when you flip a map, it basically simply mirrors it. So it's like that. When you rotate a map, it does this. So it copies like this, rotate, paste. So there is a slight difference. So let's go ahead, let's copy it, and then let's rotate it to begin with. So rotate, and then the angle you want to rotate it at. Go to the other point, because remember, it pastes from the same kind of position that you copied it. //paste, boom, it rotated it for us. Now let's actually go about and flip this as well, so you can see what's going on. So look in the direction that you would like it to be flipped, //flip, and then go ahead and we'll just paste it, and paste. And, oh, that's an important thing that I forgot to mention. Your position doesn't really change when you are flipping it. It changes when you rotate it, but not when you flip. So I tried pasting it here, but it moved over here, because that's... So you just need to remember the regions. So it when you flip, when you paste, it'll be pasting from that corner, if that makes any sense. Just trial and error, undo, redo if you need to, and then let's paste it. And there we go. It flipped the map for us. And yep, that's pretty much your basic world edit commands and some techniques I use to build mountains and things like that. Hopefully that helps you out in your Minecraft map building adventures. If you have any questions, comment below, like the video if it helped you. Till next time, see you around.